I am on a quest to play every Nintendo 64 game ever. Today we're hitting the track with some Disney favorites in the Rareware hit classic, Mickey's Speedway USA. You like racing? You like karts? You like capitalism? Well, the Mario Kart killer is here for you. Mickey's Speedway USA. This Disney hit classic developed by the monsters behind the overloaded pepperoni pizza, Donkey Kong 64. The developers, Rareware, liked putting a lot of toppings on their pizza. 1,060 collectibles in Banjo-Tooie, 4,881 collectibles in Donkey Kong 64. What's wrong with you, Rare? Is Mickey's Speedway USA just as bad? No. When I was an eggling, I played this game a bunch. Well, probably not even that much because I didn't have every track unlocked, which I learned about a week ago. The same age I had a CD called La Vida Mickey, where they Disney-fied a bunch of pop songs. What does this have to do with Mickey's Speedway USA again? In the 90s, Mickey Mouse saw that everyone was making racing games because of one plumber's success. And Disney, being the media giant it is, wanted to capitalize on all the new trends. So they got United Kingdom developer Rareware to make a sick racing game that takes place in the United States. And in case you're wondering what Disney was doing at the time, this all happened when Emperor's New Groove released, 102 Dalmatians premiered, and when Square was pregnant with Kingdom Hearts. The best way to explain Mickey's Speedway USA is if you threw Mario Kart, Diddy Kong Racing, Disney, and baseballs into a blender and ripped it all up. It controls like Diddy Kong Racing, but it has mirror mode. I know everyone loves to copy Nintendo, it's like a trend, but mirror mode? Come on! Mickey's Speedway USA is all about Mickey and his friends speeding their way around the United States. You can play as Mickey, Daisy, Minnie, Sora, Donald, and Goofy! Pete, I guess, Huey, Dewey, and Louie, and this guy everyone who forgets exists in the Dick U, the Disney Cinematic Universe. Ludwig, yeah, the scientist guy, I guess. He shows up on your computer in this game and is all around annoying. Why does he exist again? They should have given us Scrooge McDuck instead. It's your normal kart racer. Drifting, speed boosts, item boxes that contain baseballs to throw at your competitors. The norm! The items they chose for item boxes in this game are strange. Baseballs, a remote-controlled car, a remote-controlled plane, NOS from Fast and Furious,
I need NOS,
a giant puddle, and a storm cloud that you get when you're in last place. No. Come on, stop stealing from Nintendo! Race on 20 recognizable locations all around America, like Texas, Yeehaw and Oil, Colorado, the worst track in the game, Philadelphia, which is literally just Rusty Bucket Bay from Banjo-Kazooie, and of course my home city, Seattle, which is just supposedly one big parking garage. I don't really understand that because I've been to Seattle multiple times and it isn't just one big parking. Welcome to Seattle! New York City has you drive from Brooklyn to downtown and then to Subway. Which subway are we going to? I'm trying to figure this route out. You understand the concept. It's a bunch of American places that are based on stereotypes. Probably because Rare isn't located in America. Weird choice, Disney, but okay. The strangest part of all of this is that they didn't include Disney World or Disneyland as a track. It seems like the obvious choice considering they're the biggest representation of Disney on Earth. Maybe it's because, in this timeline, it's no longer Disney's home. Instead, America has become Disneyland. On the New York stage, you can see that Mickey has replaced the Statue of Liberty. You casually race through the White House. This is actually the near future where Disney takes over the world. First it was Marvel, then it was Star Wars. Next it'll be the government. This country will be symbolized by a capitalistic mouse. Disney movies will become part of the education curriculum, and the worst part, Kingdom Hearts will be mandatory. This isn't the happiest place on Earth.
A little bit of
This is going to be the national anthem! The tracks in the game themselves are pretty okay. Some are cool and fun, but the majority are kind of forgettable. And there are one or two of them that are just baloney and unfair. The battle mode tracks are more interesting, and by more interesting, not at all. The White House lawn, boring track, and Steamboat, yeah. This is literally just a racetrack. Too bad battle mode is too hippy-dippy, fasty, and nasty, and pretty lame. You just go too fast, and you can't aim things correctly. Like, I can't aim my baseball anywhere. I guess maybe if I put 100 hours into this game, I'd be able to control it better, but I don't have 100 hours to spare. Now, there's always one thing in every kart game, in any platformer game, or in any game ever, controls, and they need to be discussed. Because, you know, when it comes to gaming, it's about the gameplay, not the maps, not the characters, not the story. Otherwise, Kingdom Hearts would have died a millennia ago. I wrote the script while watching my roommate play Kingdom Hearts 3 for the third time, if you couldn't tell. The game actually controls surprisingly well. Even by today's standards, it controls pretty okay. It's not as fluid as, say, recent Mario Kart titles, of course, but it holds up pretty well. I personally think it controls better than Mario Kart 64 and is probably overall a better game than Mario Kart 64 because Mario Kart 64 has aged like an egg in a freezer. Okay, but the story. Why exactly is Mickey and his gaggle of friends racing around this country? To save Pluto, of course. The Weasels, remember them? Dog-napped Pluto because he has a diamond collar. They proceed to strangely torture him instead of just taking his collar off. The only way to get Pluto back is to race around the country. Yeah, sure, why not? You throw baseballs at cars in this game, so let's go with it. Throwing baseballs in this game definitely inspired me to break that one window in my house when I was a kid. Nice ripple effect. I use iMovie too. This game is a certified rareware game, and it's apparent when you're trying to progress the story. One track in each of the 4 initially available cups has a hidden car piece in the most ridiculous of locations. And these car pieces are required to continue the story and unlock the final cup. Annoying required collectibles, why was this a fad? After getting these car pieces and finishing every cup on each difficulty, the game is finished. The credits roll. You're done. You never have to touch this game again, unless you want to drive backwards. At the end of the story, the Weasels end up in jail and it's revealed that the diamonds in Pluto's collar were fake. Honestly, I'd personally place this narrative above Xenoblade Chronicles in the narrative tier list. It's unrivaled. Why aren't we celebrating this game for introducing strong narratives in gaming? But it's not the story or the map design or even the gameplay that really makes a racing game for me. It's the music. Usually with racing games, the music makes me want to drive fast. But Mickey Speedway USA makes me feel like... The game's soundtrack isn't bad per se, it's just after 1 or 2 listens, you're kinda done with it. And you play the tracks at least 3 or 4 times. So I'm pretty done with this music. There are some hidden bangers in this game, like San Francisco and New Orleans. But there are way too many average tunes that outweigh the jams. Especially the droning lobby music. Please say anything but that. I think I prefer split screen mode of this game because for some reason the music doesn't play when you're racing. I don't get it, but I'm not gonna complain. I do have so much respect for the composer, Ben Cullum. He's the voice of Falco from Super Smash Bros. Melee. What's not to love about him?
Behind you, Fox! Stay alert!
Okay, but when is Mickey getting into Smash? I mean, it's only a matter of time. He's already the Statue of Liberty. At the finish line, this game isn't all that bad. Most tracks aren't exactly memorable, and the ones that are memorable for the wrong reasons. It's a Mario Kart clone through and through, but that's not a bad thing as it surpasses its inspiration. 4.8 out of 10. Almost average, but still not justifiable to purchase. I would recommend going to your local Blockbuster and renting this game. Or at least that's what I would say in 2000, But looking at this game today, I'm truly impressed by how clean the controls are. I went into this game fully expecting some sloppiness, but I was truly surprised. The game doesn't offer much content, but to be fair, not many N64 games do. The tracks are boring and uninspired compared to modern racing games. If it were to release today, it would probably be a 3.6 out of 10 for me. At the end of the day, is it worth it? Only if you're collecting all the Nintendo 64 games like a maniac. Speaking of games, did you know that there were 2 versions of this game? One for the N64 and one on the Game Boy. And using the Game Boy version is the only way to unlock Huey in the N64 version via the transfer pack. Why is this a thing? Once I found out it existed on the Game Boy, I booted up the old fun box and gave it a whirl. It's awful. Don't play this. This is why I'm reviewing N64 games and not trash Game Boy games. Except for Metroid 2, that's a masterpiece.